Hey guys, Spidey09 here. I hope you're having a marvelous day. Today we're going to do a review of my Ultimate Fallout 4 Spider-Man books that have been signed and sketched with a remark by Clayton Crain up next. Now, before I dive into the review of this book, just a quick synopsis for those who may not know about Ultimate Fallout 4. Ultimate Fallout 4 basically came out after Spider-Man, Peter Parker, is believed to be dead. I believe killed by Green Goblin. And this person shows up in a Spider-Man outfit fighting a villain called Kangaroo of all things. Has kind of a DC vibe when you say fighting Kangaroo. But that is kind of the B-list villains that show up in Spider-Man. And this Spider-Man is Miles Morales. And he has been such a great introduction into the Marvel Universe. And many believe soon to be Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's already shown up in animated stuff through Sony and a great production called Into the Spider-Verse. And the popularity behind Miles Morales as Spider-Man has grown so much. And part of that is is because of the artwork in the interior pages by Clayton Crain, an incredible artist and who has a very popular style, very popular signature, which, had me want him to be the person that signs my first appearances of Miles Morales. So let's dive into the books. So the first book we have up here is the first print of the first appearance, issue number 4 of Ultimate Fallout, Spider-Man No More here. This book had a number of different authors here, as you can see their names, but specifically Crain was the interior artist along with some others. And, it's a really cool cover. It's become a classic cover. You've got the hidden face of who is the next Spider-Man. And you've got, some major characters in the Marvel Universe in the background with Tony Stark, Iron Man, and then you've got Thor and Captain America. So, of course, Spider-Man is the pinnacle when it comes to the Marvel superheroes, and we have the new one here. That is Miles Morales. So let's take a closer look. This one came back at a 9.2, which was somewhat expected. Now, I will say one regret that I have, sent these books off to be signed and remarked. There should be 4 total, counting this one that I'm going to show you. And I did not get them pressed after signing. And that's something I'll probably regret from here on out because I really should have. And I feel like we've got better grades with the pressings because I think the books got handled maybe a little rough during this signing. But we can see this was 9.2. I've got the custom label here, which is really nice touch. And to me, it goes well with the book. And then here we have the signature from Clayton Crain. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 colors, and this is known as the Infinity signature by Crain. I don't know that he was the first to ever do this, but he has certainly made it really popular, and people certainly look for it when they're looking for the autographed book of Clayton Crain. The reason I like it is it doesn't dominate the book. I mean, he is very thoughtful about his placement. His signature is not, again, dominating or overbearing when it comes to the rest of the artwork on the book. And, if you look at some of the Sharpie signatures that are out there from, even people like Stan Lee, just will sign right over the face of the important character, right over some of the lettering, and really just deface the book in some ways, even though, they're incredible signatures, incredible figures in Marvel. Crain just does an excellent job. You almost will never find him with a bad placement or a bad looking signature. And even in his color selection, you can see he was very thoughtful about the way the color pattern fits on the book. So very pleased with his signature and pleased with this first appearance. This is the first print, and that's important for the books that you're about to see. The first print here does not show the face of our Spider-Man, Miles Morales. The next book I'm going to show you here is the second print of issue number 4, first appearance of Miles Morales. And we have the full face of Miles himself, which is, fantastic. Again, another 9.2. That's kind of a theme here that we've got going so far. At least they match, right? And then we've got another infinity signature. So I'm not going to spend too much time showing you this book other than for you to know that it is the second print. Now, why is that important? My understanding is there's about 74,000 of the first prints that were put into publication. And of those, of the first print, there's over 10,000 books graded. And of the 10,000, almost 3,000 are 9.8, CGC 9.8, which is basically the top grade. There is 0 9.9s or 10 O's. That's just not a grade. A 9.8 is considered, that's a PSA 10 in the CGC world. Okay, so about 30% of all the books that are graded are 9.8. And here's a 9.2, 9.2. There's about 1,132 of those, so not as many. But of the second print, I'm not sure of the total publication, but there's only 1,500 of this book that has been graded by CGC, and only 641 of those, compared to 3,000, have a 9.8 grade. And this book includes, the full, face, so kind of the full appearance of Miles Morales. So there's some belief that the second print may, over time, overtake the first print as the more desirable book because it's more scarce and it has the full kind of face appearance here. So, but either way, happy to have this one in the collection. Happy to have the signature from Clayton Crain. Up next, we have the variant to the second print. Yes, you heard me correctly. This is the second print variant. So not a variant to the first print. That kind of was the second print. It was the variant of the first print. This is the variant of the second print. So now that you understand that, what a beautiful cover here that captures Miles' full face, revealing that he is the next Spider-Man up close and personal. And so that's really cool. But what I really love about this book is the signature. Here we have the Infinity signature by Clayton Crain, looking beautiful against this white cover. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different colors that he used for this signature. And look, no telling how many books he signed at CGC, how many books he signs on a regular basis, but he still takes the time to make sure that his signature is a work of art and that it stands out and really fits in as part of the art of the book. And so I just love this. I love the infinity here. I love the 7 colors. I actually haven't seen another signature from Clayton that had more than 7 colors. So I feel very blessed to have 7 color Clayton Crain signature on the second print variant. And excuse me, when I was given the CGC numbers earlier, I actually gave you the CGC numbers for the second print variant when I said that there was only a little over 600 that have been graded as CGC 9.8 and 1,500 total graded. That's actually of this book. The true second print has 2,300 books graded with over 1,000 graded at 9.8. Still is, same kind of thought process can apply, but this one is even lower census compared to the second print variant. Excuse me, compared to the second print, and this is the variant of the second print. So trying not to be confusing there. But anyways, beautiful book, beautiful signature. And let me add, if you're looking to get into a first appearance of Miles Morales book and you're not wanting to drop the really big bucks, this is probably the one that I would go after. And lastly, we have the big book of the submission. This is the first print with the Clayton Crain Remarque, Clayton Crain sketch. And let's go ahead and just take a close look at this sketch here. And as you can see, he was able to draw Miles Morales over the face of Captain America, which is pretty cool, that he would be able to, again, when he's doing his art, he tries to use what is offered to him on the cover of the comic book. And what does that mean? That means he's going to use the framework of the bodies or the heads that are going to be there. He also will use the color palette that's already there on the cover if he can kind of use that to bring out the character's color if he doesn't have the markers to do so. I will say this, that in comparison to Crain's sketches that I've seen, his remarks that I've seen, this is on the lower scale of detail. And I've been giving that some thought. I really think that CGC probably had too many books there in a short period of time for him to sign, for him to be able to give these sketches kind of their due time-wise. I've seen him do 5-minute sketches that would just, basically cover a whole cover of a book with incredible detail and really vibrant and have a lot of character. He probably did this in 60 seconds or less, to be honest with you. So that just kind of gives you the idea of probably the time restraints that he was feeling. I do love this signature. He did go straight white here. And again, I don't think he was, really, skimping on this. I think he felt like it would fit the color palette and the sketch here, and I agree. Now, one thing I don't know, and I would love for you in the comments to let me know, do you know what Clayton Crain is doing with these numbers? I know this is 2021, but I don't know what the 187 means, and that's different for different remarks that he's done. But for this particular set of remarks that he did with CGC, they all have 187 because I've seen some of those posted with a similar, timestamp here. And so, again, very thankful to have this book. And I think this is not one of the best sketches that Crain has done at all. But I do think it fits really well on my book. And I'm happy to have it in my collection at a 9.6. Yes, I would have loved a 9.8. A 9.8 with a Crain signature, not even with a sketch, sells for $3,200. 9.6 with a signature probably sells for, I don't know, $1,200, $1,500. So, this book is probably sitting at around $1,800 if I had to guess, if you were to, put it on, online to sell it. It's not for sale. It's in my personal collection. So I'm not worried about what it's going for right now. I will tell you, I'm very fortunate to be in the book price-wise where I'm at. These remarks themselves cost, I think, around $300 and something. I can't remember exactly. A friend of mine actually who does a lot of my pressing and grading, Happy Dad CCC. Check out his channel, Daniel Dunn. He's also on Instagram. But he is the one who actually submitted these books for me, so I can't remember exactly because it was kind of a bulk order type thing. But anyhow, as a Spider-Man fan, as a Miles Morales fan, as you look into the future, many people believe that this is going to be the Spider-Man of the younger generation, which, I have to agree. And, happy to have 4 of these books in my possession and, going to hold on to them as a set. So, all right, guys, thank you for coming to the channel. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Really does mean a lot to me. Love to see the growth of the channel, to be involved in this community of collectors when it comes to Marvel stuff. Whether it's Marvel trading cards, whether it's Marvel Legends, or whether it's Marvel comic books. I love it all. Love you guys. And again, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a marvelous day.